Hey y'all, welcome back. Welcome to today's video. I want to start out this video by saying I hope that everyone has had a wonderful weekend and I hope that you continue to have a wonderful week. Today is Monday and it is time to get some stuff done. So in this video, it's kind of a chit chat. I want to talk about all the things that are going on. And as preppers, we all know that things are getting worse, they're not getting better. And we know that it's going to continue to get even worse, that there could possibly be chaos going on, that it could be too dangerous to even leave your home. We know that we could have a complete breakdown in the way that things work now, because we already see that the supply chain is completely messed up, and that's causing massive shortages everywhere. Food shortages, fuel shortages, baby food shortages, just everywhere there's shortages, concrete shortages, all kinds of stuff that's going on, fertilizer shortages. The list goes on and on. We know that there is a possibility of blackouts, losing complete power. We know that there's a possibility of grocery stores being closed down with no food in them to get. There could be a possibility of hospitals closing where you have no access to medical care. A possibility of city facilities being closed down, which means that you might not have running water coming to your house or garbage disposal or anything that we're used to, which I do not recommend right now drinking the tap water that comes out of your faucets from your city facilities, at least not in my area for sure. But you wouldn't even have it for showers or washing clothes or flushing toilets or anything like that. So my biggest advice and the biggest thing that I try to think of in prepping is that if I'm going to be spending my money, I want to spend it on the best items that I can get to provide overall use. So not only is food and water very important, especially a water source, whether it be a water well or a way to purify water if you had to get it from lakes or rivers or streams or something, but also bottled water so that you have access to it if you can't get out of your household right then, you have it in it, because there's no guarantee that we will be leaving our household. I mean, it could be such a breakdown, especially in cities, that it's not safe to go out, that you need to stay at your home, in your home, and hunker down right there for the time being until things calm down a little bit. Maybe it's a little less chaos. People figure out, ways to survive and stuff like that. How it's exactly going to play out, I don't know. I know no more than you on how it's going to happen in an SHTF situation, but I know that there is things that can happen, and I'm trying to think outside of the box to prepare for that, such as the power outages. I'm trying to have ways to have some lights, ways to cook, ways to run small electronics or things like that, just for a little bit of normalcy, not, to power my whole entire house. I'm not going to be worrying about, making sure that every room I walk into, I can flip a light switch on, or, maybe I can run my dryer. I'm not worried about all that. I'm just worried about basic things to help make life a little bit easier. I used a clothesline for years. I can do it again if I need to. I don't have to have certain things. But I want to make sure that my basic stuff is took care of. We have a wood heater so that if there's no power and it's in the middle of winter, we have a way to heat without relying on gas or electricity. But that also comes with a way that you have to still have a fuel source to keep that going, such as wood. So if there's gasoline shortages, oil shortages, diesel shortages, all that kind of stuff, you need to have tools for the job, but not tools like we're thinking now. Don't run out and get you some Craftsman or some Cobalt, power equipment, because you probably won't have any way to run those tools with electricity. Do not go out and necessarily get you a gas-powered chainsaw and expect to be able to run to the store and get you gas, because once whatever you possibly stocked up, there's a good chance it either won't be there or it will be too high to purchase. So when you think about things like that, cutting wood, go back to the old school tools. Go back to, hand saws, axes, things like that. A hammer and a nail can fix a lot of stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of power tools out there that do a lot of jobs that make it a lot easier on something, but we're talking about basic survival, such as getting your own wood and things like that. You cannot necessarily run to the store when this happens to get gas to fuel that chainsaw. So as nice as it is to have right now, go ahead and start stocking up on some wood and things like that that's already cut, and use your gas chainsaw. But you got to think about when that runs out and you can't redo it. Running water is another big possibility that we won't have. So we definitely need that source. If you have a well, it is very imperative that if you have a pump right now that's on electricity, to make sure you have a hand pump to get that water out too without power. But if you don't have a well, have plenty of bottled water put up, and also have multiple sources to filter water. Whether it be the life straws or a Berkey or whatever it is, have ways to filter water if you wish to run out of that or something like that, or you get off in an area where you need water. You can have there's ways to carry portable water filtration systems very easy. You can get them this small. So, you can have that with you at all time. Also have supplies to hunt and fish. Whatever you may need for that as a supplement. Now, I don't believe that you're going to necessarily just live off of this, because everybody else is going to have that same idea of I will hunt, I will fish, and I will survive. It's only if you need to supplement or something like that and you have an area that you can do it. If you have a pond on your property, that is a great asset, but it's also probably going to be a place where people will start coming in an SHTF situation to try and use it for themselves too. All rules are kind of going to be off. It's not going to be the same as right now. It's going to be, a madhouse. And I honestly believe in this situation when a lot of things happen that law enforcement, there's going to be a lot of law enforcement when it gets that bad that are going to step down and say, I'm going home to take care of my families. I'm not putting myself out there in this much chaos and harm and leaving my family hanging. I quit. I'm done. And that's going to leave less of that. So you're going to be on your own. You're going to be defending things yourself. So if you have a pond, that's going to be that's a whole nother subject, because that's going to become one of those resources that the people that did not prepare are going to be coming for. And even if they have prepared, they may be coming to supplement with it. So if you have money in the bank, this is my advice. This is not financial advice whatsoever. This is my own opinion that I use for myself. There is no point in having a huge bank account right now, because at any time, those banks could collapse and you could lose all of that. If you have money, I would recommend getting it out and using that money wisely to purchase items to prepare for a situation where that money is completely worthless. We all know right now that the dollar doesn't go far at all anyway. Our Dollar Trees, supposedly Dollar Trees, are not even Dollar Trees. They're $1.25. And the package sizes are even smaller than what they was before. So, we can see that the price is going up and the product is going down. So you're not getting as much for your money as you was before. A couple years back, gas prices was a whole lot less than what they are now. So we can see that, you go to fill your vehicle up. We went from $25 to fill a vehicle up to $70. That is a huge difference. When you sit down and really look at the numbers of how much stuff has went up, it is just amazing. And I know a lot of y'all have sent me emails showing, I used to purchase this off of Walmart and it was this price right here, and now it is this price. And, and how much it has went up and how it has different. And that is if you can even get it. There's still so much stuff right now that is in shortage that you have a problem even purchasing. So that, it's just all kinds of things are happening at once. Every which way we look, every time we turn on and see something on the TV that's going on, it's always something else happening on top of what is already going on. So we can see that the country is in complete turmoil. And it's not just our country, it's Canada, it's Europe. It's happening all around the world. China's in massive lockdowns with supply chain shut down. Now, I haven't updated in the last week or so on how that is going, but we all know that every time one of your major suppliers is shut down and they're not producing, that produces shortages, and that puts everything a little bit more behind, and it just messes the whole system up again. So the best way to do things right now is to try and be prepared to take care of yourself without relying on anything else. That's the best thing right now. Try to be able to take care of yourself without any other outside source. I know that's not easy. We're completely going back to an 1800s way of life. But that's the way we have to think. We have to think of, what if everything that we know of life right now is not working like that, and we have to go back to that. So think about tools that don't require electricity, that you're going to have does not require gas, the way your household can run in a old-fashioned way. And stock up still as much as you possibly can, as much as you can possibly afford to do, because every little bit that you put back right now can save you down the line and add just a little bit more ease to the chaos that's going to be happening, because we all know this isn't going to end well. This SHTF is not going to be easy for nobody. No matter how prepared you are, it's still not going to be easy. You're just going to be in a better position than someone that has not prepared at all. So great job prepping, guys. Y'all stay safe. God bless you, and keep prepping. I will see you in the next video.